cult leader finally brought to justice. Warren Jeffs is a self-proclaimed prophet. He treats women as slaves and forces young children to marry men. In an exclusive report, A Current Affair gained a bizarre insight into the world of Warren Jeffs and the town where he ruled like a god until now.
The youngest known marriage that we know of is 8.
Are these men having sex with these little girls?
Yes.
Captured as girls.
This is a sect. You're being brainwashed.
Turned into slaves.
It's never too late to escape, man, from a cult like this.
And tortured for the rest of their lives.
But that's child rape.
Not really.
It is. It's child rape. These are children being forced to have sex with old men.
That's your opinion.
It's wrong, sir.
Well, that may be.
This is their evil leader.
Your all, your money, your time, your everything belong to the prophet.
That prophet is self-proclaimed Messiah Warren Jeffs. Locked inside this guarded fortress are his reported 70 wives and hundreds of children, who, as from today, may never see him again.
Any comments? Intend to appeal, obviously. Yes, sir.
Just hours ago, this court found Warren Jeffs guilty of heinous crimes.
He came over and pulled me over to the bed, and I just said, I can't do this. Please, just don't. And I was sobbing, and my whole entire body was just shaking.
Alyssa Wall was only 14 years old. Warren Jeffs forced her to marry her cousin. Warren Jeffs was an accomplice to her rape.
I just locked myself in the bathroom, and I just started to sob. I could not believe that I had just gotten married.
Warren Jeffs finally faces life behind bars. Alyssa Wall finally faces freedom.
This trial has not been about religion or a vendetta. It is simply about child abuse and preventing further abuse.
Created by men, ruled by men. This is a kingdom where from the age of 12, males become gods and females their loyal subjects.
Slaves. Females are raised as servants.
My name's Amanda.
We were watched.
Is there any reason why you're filming us?
We were chased. We clearly weren't welcome.
See that white truck? There's a group of men keeping an eye on us from that way, and then if you have a look just down here, another van with another group of men watching our every move.
This is what happens when you start asking questions.
How can you justify what goes on in this town?
You're trespassing onto this property now.
Why are the women treated like second-class citizens here?
You back off. You back off.
It's against the law.
What law? Turn the camera off, sir.
Would you kill them?
Yes.
You wouldn't hesitate?
Not for a minute.
Flora Jessup hates the place.
How old were you when you got married?
16.
Did you love him?
I didn't even know the man I married.
3 weeks after being given away to a stranger, Flora escaped. She's been on the run ever since.
It's one community that sits half in Utah and half in Arizona. That way, if Arizona came after him, they could jump the border into Utah. If Utah came after him, they'd jump over into Arizona.
You could be forgiven for thinking that we're on a movie set. This really is another world. In fact, the children here are taught from birth that nothing worthwhile exists outside their city boundary, not the rest of America, let alone Australia. To these fanatical Mormons, I am an outsider, a descendant of Satan, nothing more than pure evil. Angry men began stalking us just minutes into arriving. This is one of the cars that has been following us.
Dozens of trucks
Terrorising us since we've been here.
camouflaged with tint so illegally dark we couldn't identify the drivers.
They've been trying to run over some of our crew.
It's a place where women are forced to dress like this. A place where a man's masculinity is measured by the number of wives in his harem. It's called polygamy, and it's illegal.
Why should a man be able to have more than one wife?
Why shouldn't he?
How many wives do you have, sir? Polygamy in this country is against the law.
It's against the law.
But is it wrong?
Is this your wife?
That is my second wife.
They'll tell their wives, I don't have to love you to be married to you. You just have to obey me and have my children.
Larice Jeffs and her 6 children have just been rescued by Flora. Eldest daughter Jessica is safe for now.
I do not want to have to marry a man that I don't want to, and...
That you don't love.
Yeah.
The community has already tried to kidnap her.
I was just afraid he wouldn't give me back to my mom.
Were you? That must have been scary.
Yeah, it was.
How can you justify giving your daughters away?
The more daughters he has and then hands over to other local men, the more wives he'll be allowed to take himself.
How old will your daughters be before you hand them over to a man who's old enough to be their father?
It's hard to believe that we can't get children protected.
What hope do these children have, Flora?
Well, they have me.
Amanda Patterson with that special report, and Warren Jeffs will be sentenced within 45 days. He's facing a maximum of life.